Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is the season one finale of X-Men Evolution. Before we start, I just want to say big thank you to everybody that voted on the watch party poll for having this be the winner of that. We really love seeing the watch party poll go crazy and everything, everybody voting with what they feel would be the clear winner, and we always encourage that, and we do take everything into account. After tonight's season finale, I will be dropping the watch party poll for the coming one, and one of the choices is X-Men Evolution season 2. I can't, but I'm not saying what the other ones are though. But at
Teasers.
But as always, there's the watch party link. If you guys want to join us and watch the show together with all of us, always welcome. But as of right now, hello, Game Wizard, hello, Trollmonger, uh, welcome. And now off to the races.
Oh,
So
yep.
the banner is up. We're
Good.
gonna
It's gonna
go.
be good.
Yep, we're gonna go Mike silent now, guys. But as always, watch party link
Troll,
is right there.
Sailor. That'll be funny that if the next watch party list is Sailor Moon. That would be funny. But then it's like, oh, which Sailor Moon are we gonna do? Priscilla, the OG. Like,
You never know, but there'll be some interesting ones. Anyway, guys, we'll be back for the discussion after the final episode.
it's a reference to Victor to Frankenstein, a modern Prometheus. I know she's a werewolf, so that's well, that's the way to set up an episode. What's up, George? What's up? Teasers. I am a man of culture for God's Victory UK. I do keep Cinderella in my lineup. I
What
am a
was
man of
that,
culture.
Joker?
Look at the profile pic. This is Cinderella in her dress outfit. Cultured. Nikki's very cultured.
Yes, son
Maybe
of
they'll
a
make her celebrate too for the Nikki for the second Nikki crossover. You get to fight Chiro. That would probably be so badass actually.
dude.
Love it, love it. Teasers. I love the teasers. I love the teasers. I love the team. He just, he just, he's like, just change the middle school. Look at that kid. It's like, what's going on here? Mystique. That was funny. Ooh, look at those night shots. Oh, beautiful. Don't get them like this anymore. Except for rare occasions. Uh-oh. Ooh, sweet. He literally fell into it. There he is, Jonathan! There he is! Ah, I'm going on the adventure! Oh boy! See, that's a smart shadow cat. Yes. I love that scene. I love it. I love this. Yes! Hey, what's up, John? Still watching it. It's like, fuck, it's like I'm starving. I love that ending. It's like, come on, let me get dinner. I'm like, hey, just let me alone for a little bit. Oh, Astro STEM. Oh, this is Havoc. Havoc. Too tired. Still okay. So good. There it is. There it is. Asteroid M. Asteroid M. Yes. The tough. There it is in all of its glory. At least one of the versions. Yes. That is a great Magneto design. Finally. That is a great design for a great voice actor. That is a great design.
This is how you do Magneto, ladies and gentlemen. This is Magneto right here.
The armor's right, the cape is right.
It's the classic purple and garnet feel to it. Yes. Not the new one. Not the new design. No, the hell with the new design. Did not like it. Anyway.
Namco, the George. Ooh, again, I just appreciate Nightcrawler calling Mystique his mother. There's some sass to that line. I got him. Hey, wait a minute. Is that Apocalypse thing? Because he said ancient, so I'm like, Apocalypse? Oh boy. No metal.
That's actually a clever Easter egg. That is clever.
Is that from because it's not the movie version, no, because Femke was all different, but that is closer to the comics. All right,
Very,
we can.
very, very close. That is actually a clever Easter egg. I will
They
give.
were trying to get closer, what I can recall, to the comics, but due to again TV broadcasting and this being an animation, they couldn't quite do it. So this is a clever way to get around it. So good call actually, by the artist. And the speeches will only get better with each and every season. And when they did the series finale speech, it was a gut to the punch. Oh, I love this show. I wish I was watching this as a kid. I only caught a couple episodes at the time, but God damn, still a good. That is still a good finale for season one at least. You muted. You muted.
That was a great season one finale, and I got to admit they took the risk of doing Asteroid M already. I half expected that to be in like probably season 2 or 3 at least, but it surprisingly worked. I know it wasn't in space, but it's close enough as is, and I'm like, yeah, this is actually pretty clever. I can see the early. This is probably pre Asteroid M before we saw the full thing, before the whole thing, but I get what they were going for, and it's actually pretty clever. Seeing Havoc, I'm like, ah, because you rarely see him these days. You rarely hear about him.
There are some characters that rarely get shown or seen off due to the mainstream ones always being there. Like X-23 is still around, but again, it's X-23. She's not the Wolverine. I dislike the fact she's like, I'm Wolverine. Can you be called a different name? Like, I love the fact she's called still is X-23, which is the stronger name to use, but you're not Wolverine. That's your father or your adopted father. Everyone's like, but X-23, like, no. Technically speaking, just like with Ryan Reynolds and all the Deadpools out there getting the whole mutant DNA from Logan, that's X-23. Because you gotta remember, they kidnapped all those children and experimented on them. And she got the Wolverine DNA with his healing factor and claws. So you gotta wonder how many other kids he might have out there. Because we know Magneto was a player. No, I'm just joking. We know Magneto has a lot of children out there because he has a lot. The two famous ones are Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and there's more after that.
Mhm. Yep, and also, the Mystique, alternative, when she walks out the chamber, that was a clever X-Men live action Easter egg. That was very clever, and you are right, given, how she looked in the movie, this was actually a very clever way to get around that. So, I'm okay with how it looked. I can live with it because it's actually pretty cool. The intent is still there, the Easter egg is still there. That was clever.
So it was really nice that they did the family with Ashram. Yes, yes, in the comics there's different versions of it. It's been blown up and then rebuilt over the years, but as Magneto said, this is our sanctuary away from the humans, so we can learn and grow. Compared to Charles wants to go to public schools with the Xavier schools for gifted youngsters, which is a great contrast actually. Granted, Magneto is always in the shadows. And if you do watch some of the live action stuff, he is trying to get his own land, which I'm kind of glad he's got his own little land, his own little island in Dark Phoenix. Although I was hoping to see more mutants instead of just who are these random civilians? I know they're mutants, but you could have had Angel over there. You could have had Nightcrawler, anybody. But it's like, oh, okay, I guess that. But it's nice we saw this. It's not the full storyline, but what they shorten up to is a pretty nice actually for the theme of season one, unity. That's what Charles kept saying. We are to unite in unity. That's what Magneto said. We're uniting the X Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants together. And I do love the fact that, again, can we just appreciate that design for Magneto? It's the classic look, the crimson and the purple with the cape, with the helmet. Yes, I love the movie's version of the helmet for that both Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender had. Fassbender's more accurate than Magneto's, but you can tell, but it still looks great on both of those two gentlemen. And I'm like, yes, but this is the actual armor now. I get it, Ian's old at the time of filming the early X-Men, so we'll just put him in a nice little suit and everything and say, bam, Magneto with the helmet. But this is what I've been waiting for. Please, this is the correct Magneto, and I'm still mad Michael Fassbender has yet to put it on yet. Please, he's got the right helmet now, but where's the armor? Where's the cape?
Exactly. Where is the purple cape? Where is the red and purple armor?
I'm sure we'll get it in Doomsday at one point, and I go,
I
oh,
am willing to go watch Doomsday just to see how this looks. I
because
am willing to.
although like me and Phoenix will say it's too little, too late. It took how many movies for Patrick Stewart to be in the yellow card for Charles and everything? I'm like, well, it took up the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness to finally see it with the little nice when he comes in. I was like, oh yeah, okay, that was worth the ticket admission a little bit, but it's so great, and they have Christopher Judge voicing Magneto. Finally, he made his appearance, and again, you cannot blame Magneto for what he wants. Yes, he's getting rid of all the weaklings just for his strong mutants, but they have their own methods, and it's the teachers and everything. And I'm like, wait a second, that gem and everything, ancient time. I'm thinking, is that Apocalypse? Is that Apocalypse? Because there's only one way you're gonna get that in the past, and if it was Apocalypse, because he was like the first mutant to be around. So I'm like, Apocalypse? Is that Apocalypse? It?
I believe it. I believe it is it has to be Apocalypse because I can't think of any other mutant before the time of the X-Men and everything.
If funny
But
enough,
I like.
Apocalypse is this.
Oh, go ahead.
Funny enough, Christopher Judge also voices Apocalypse.
Oh, I can't wait.
So if funny enough, he is the series finale villain because this is the early years before all the mutant DNA is popped up. So teasers for that. But also like the fact, like I said, can I appreciate Nightcrawler calling Mystique mother? Just the way he said it.
he is so you could tell he is trying so hard because I like the fact they did that they actually brought that storyline to here but in a clever way that
It's the clever book that Rogue reads in episode 10, Shadow of the Past, and it's like, all right, I gotta go to school in the morning. Catch you later. And it's the dream. I'm like, Frankenstein monster, what are you doing? And the fact it's like, oh wait, and I figured out right away. I'm like, oh wait, this is Mystique because one, like you said, my powers are your powers, and I could take more than one. Ah, this is probably what she's experiencing with because she held on to Mystique for a very long time during her first encounter. So it wouldn't be surprising if she could see the memories of other people. So this makes sense. And even she said that like I've been having these weird dreams on and off coming since to to the mansion. So it made sense. And again, teasers are hinting at these two being brothers and sisters. And I just love the interaction between this because 10 was probably like the most well written for the drama setting because you have proper setup, payoff, and instead of it going mumbo jumbo sometimes with the A plots and B plots, this time they smoothly transition to each other. And I got to give credit for Mystique's actress. She did a really good job conveying that, oh no, he's about to find out.
and
And
that's
give
why
props to the animators for making her movements both subtle but also more you do not tell me as a parent what to do. They're my children.
I like the fact that that because this is probably one of the most riskiest storylines that you can do in an animated show like this. But then again, we had the Morph episode from the original X-Men animated series and a few other ones, but
Oh yeah,
this one right here, it paid off really well and it gave respect to that storyline because this is an actual storyline in the comics, ladies and gentlemen. This is an actual storyline, and Mystique is Nightcrawler's mother. So I like the fact they played it here. And Can we appreciate that Nightcrawler's foster parents were the chillest motherfuckers in the room? Didn't freak out about how he looked. None of that. That's what I
You can
half
also tie
expect.
this
That's what
back
I
into
half expected. That's what I half expected when they picked up the baby and everything. I half expected it, but then I'm like, but then they smile and walk off happily together. I'm like, okay, that is a clever. Oh, you had
you
me.
also got to remember in episode one of the first of this season is that when they went to go pick up Nightcrawler, they're like, his mother told us about your condition and about you already. So again, probably the most respectful mother out there. Yes, they're also teasing that, oh, but Mystique's watching, if I can recall, or she got was getting closer, but and they were already setting up the plot line. They planted the seed early on, the seeds of doubt, and like here it is. So I like that. And even during like Mystique's and Charles' conversation that in that episode was done really well, done with mature and with the mood they're setting and even how her body language was. It's like props to the animators for respecting that and trusting the audience. But you also got to remember when she finally shows up later, giving Quicksilver like, "Oh, you'll be fast to get in and out without avoiding detection." Charles knew what was going to happen. It's like, "Oh boy, here we go." But he lets it plays out because trusting a little bit of the kids. Season episode one, Charles would have stopped it right away. This Charles is at least trustworthy, at least a little bit. And I love the confrontation between Nightcrawler and Mystique because this whole son isn't the oh you're my son. It's more calm, vulnerable, along with don't make me regret this, please. I haven't seen you since that night, and now we're alone, so I will call you son. I'm like, I loved how she said it. But then it gets ruined by the other Brotherhoods of Mutants. And I'm like, oh no, here we go. Not good at all.
And it's like, and it's the conversation between Mystique and Charles. It is done so, that is how you do a scene, ladies and gentlemen, of a topic this sensitive. That is how you do it. Charles didn't yell, he didn't raise his voice. He was the collective, like, understanding. Like, I know about the castle, I know about this, that, and the other. And when that book dropped, Mystique, it was checkmate for Mystique. That was perfect.
I loved how they made her react to that. It's like,
And then that little bit right before he exits, he's like, he turned out to be a fine young gentleman. Mystique, deep down, as
that warmed her heart.
because at least she knows that Nightcrawler is actually with good people who, well, because in turn, ladies and gentlemen, yes, she doesn't like the X-Men, but at the same token, that little bit of security is like, well, I may not like these people, but who else in the world would I trust them with Nightcrawler?
She
Not
easily could have
Magneto, not
gone.
Magneto.
She
Hell
easily
no.
could have gone and got him at any time she wanted to, but mothers know best in this case, and just let him live a normal life for a while. Could have got him back, didn't. But someone's gonna argue. But they have episodes in schools where they're talking. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm thinking that she could have told him at any given time. She could have given him any special treatment in school if she wanted to. She's the principal after all, but she didn't. And it feels like, in my opinion, as school goes on, she's probably is just observing him, what he's doing. It's like, do I tell him now? Do I not tell him? But I love how
But
this
now
episode ends, though.
oh, go ahead.
No, I'll let you finish first.
And you're exactly right, because she could have given Kurt all these amazing privileges and everything of being the son of a school principal, but that trope has been done to death. I'm glad they didn't go that route. I'm very happy about that one. For once, let the character breathe. And that's actually pretty cool. That's how you do things. And Mystique is watching, like, okay, now that the cat is out of the bag, this is my son. That's out in the open, but I'm not going to do anything. I'm still going to observe and see what happens. That's the
And I love how
genius of
this
Mystique.
genius, good right, that's good writing right there. And the genius of this episode ending is not a, it's not really happy. It's more of a bitter, what we call the bittersweet ending. Yes, it's great that both Logan, Scott, and Jean know the truth now, probably more. With Rogue and Nightcrawler, they kind of know that okay, maybe she's not your mom, but maybe not. Who knows? But you got me and everybody else in the mansion to be your family as well. But the thing is about that, their conversation feels natural to siblings. They'll figure it out because it was Rogue who had the dream. It was Rogue who pointed out that it was you I saw in the dream. So why are you in my dreams? And it's like, maybe Charles is hiding a little bit more, but we'll figure it out. Get ready for school. And I love how it could have ended right there with the sunset and everything. But you also look at Rogue when she walks back. I love this little detail. She cries a bit. She's trying to cover up a tear a little bit. I'm like, nice little detail right there because she's probably feeling more because she said she has been having these dreams on and off. It's like, so that's the dream. At least he found out the truth, not her. Yet, spoiler alert, that is her mom as well. So, or stepmom. How do we call it? Is stepmom in-law mom? Because her and Nightcrawler are brother and sister. So, is Rogue Mystique's mom? I can't remember. Well, is
I
Mystique's
think
Rogue,
so.
or it's kind of like, but But like I said, I love how it ends because it could have ended right there at the mansion. No, we go back to school, and what do we see? Mystique looking out the window and seeing a student say, "Get out of the car," and say, "Okay, bye, mom. I'll see you later." That look is devastating, in my opinion. It's so devastating because that's all she wants is just, "Hi, mom," from Nightcrawler. That's all she wants. "Hi, mom."
Exactly. Plus,
Devastating.
I love the Weapon X episode.
A grim reminder. So I love the fact this is Logan focus. Finally, my boy gets a chance to shine. And again, anybody who's gone who knows the Weapon X program, thanks to X Men Origins Wolverines, or you played or read the comic books, or played a video game, you know that this is the Animantium episode. This is how he gets the famous claws and everything. And I love how it's called a grim reminder because just because you're old and experienced, everybody has their own demons they're going after. Doesn't matter if you're young, old, going through school. We all got our demons. And for Logan is the Weapon X program. Love the storyline. Love how they handle it. Also, I keep forgetting. Bigfoot. Don't call me that. I'm like, it's funny, but I do like the fact that Nightcrawler and Kitty Cat are accidentally get along because I love the fact that Kitty Cat is on the laptop typing about everything. And I'm like, this is like the zine from Rocket Power. And she's just typing like, okay, mom and dad, here's school life at home and everything. I just want
And
some peace.
and that's the beauty I love about this because I wish we had I wish modern episodes of cartoons did that did an episode like this just from the one you just take the one character and have it from their perspective. Like just have it from their perspective throughout the whole episode. The episode can run smoothly with everything going on, but keep the manner of focus on the one character throughout, and they did a fantastic job with Kitty. By the way, I like this version of Kitty Pride way better. This is my all-time favorite, um, um, uh,
Also, the fact she's more
Brit
respectable for everybody. She calls like Rogue maybe difficult to live with, but she's got her charms. She love. She calls out Spike, saying that we may not want this poster on the wall, and he's like, "Well, deal with it." and then it falls on her. So she knows what he's up to. I love how she politely deals with it. And even she said that, well, maybe he does
I
know.
I I love what she said about Professor X because you cannot write that any better. You cannot
He
about
is the one
Professor.
who keeps everybody calm down, relax, balance it out. I love even how she said Mr. Again, she keeps saying Mr. Logan, not Logan, Mr. Logan. It also shows you how well she was raised actually as a kid. So respectable than what most shows will do these days, or some of the youth of today. So I think even I was guilty a little bit too. So respect for
I
that to
was
Kitty Cat. I really,
I
we
hear that
need
alone, and
more
that's
of that.
that's I have my moments too like that, so I fully
I
get
love
it.
how she described Logan that he may be hard to eat around with, but she said, no, it's fine. He can just sit there quiet like. And I love how he turns to her like, what? Am I too silent? I'm like, okay, that's kind of me too, but okay. I like that. And I love the fact that she's the one that kind of breaks Logan free. I love the fact she is the one who breaks him free. Because Nightcrawler's like, all right, let's get out of here. She's like, no, let me help. Okay, she got through him once. Can she do it again? I love that. These are good character development moments. You're growing the characters. Even Nightcrawler grew a little bit in this episode too. So very good episode.
It's such a this is why I tell people this is a spiritual successor to the original X-Men animated series. This is like a spiritual successor
Prequel.
to it. Or prequel. Yeah, actually, you know what? Prequel sounds a bit better. So this is a spiritual prequel to the X-Men original animated series. It's done so well to where it's like this actually worked. Because on paper, it sounds like a crazy idea, but when you
So you,
sit down and
it's
watch, it's like,
I can hear like one of the producers of the show, even though you have like Avi and the few like you see in every episode, you can hear somebody say this to Stan's face. So Stan, you and your friends over there, you want to take your classic X-Men lineup with Kirby and everything, and you want to make them teenagers again, and you want them to go through schools. No, and then someone's thinking, wait, didn't my predecessor just denied you this and create the best comic book run? Yes, let's go with this. Because I can hear someone say no, but then they're looking at Stan. It's like, wait, we said no to Spider Man, and that became a hit. Yes, but it works because this is like the Glee, the Charm, the 90210s. What else is there out there for Gossip Girls and a few others? Because Mean Girls and everything. And don't worry, you will see references because the show loves to do their wonderful references to everything. Buffy the Vampire Slayer as well. Of that teen drama we were getting in late 90s, early 2000s before they all started to fade away slightly due to the oversaturation, but it works. It's the younger years. It works before everybody learns about communities. It's before we get to Beast. It's before we get to um, everybody else. Yes, you could say the big complaint in season one: where are all the mutants in the school? They're not here yet. But if we do start season two, that's when the mansion gets filled up with a lot more backgrounds. That's when we'll see Bobby and a few others. So get ready for that as well. I know people are going to keep saying, where's Scarlet Witch? I thought you said they were siblings. They're holding off politely with her. Don't worry. We'll see my favorite X-Men. We'll see my favorite mutant. Only because her outfit in this one destroys the MCU's completely. This outfit for Scarlet Witch, when you see an X-Men Evolution, oh my god, why couldn't we adapt this version? Please? This outfit's such a badass design. Why are we going with all the armor outfits these days? Can I just say that as a rant? I hate the armor suits lineup that they're doing. Oh my, no,
oh,
no, please. It only works on a few of them that makes sense. But when I saw that armor on Scarlet Witch I'm like, no, you do not need armor. You no, no.
Ugh, that one was bad.
The
That was
idea was there because
bad.
they're getting closer to what I remember. But then you see the Halloween episode in WandaVision, and she's in the correct outfit. I'm like, I don't care. This is a Halloween episode. This looks perfect on you. So why can't we translate that to the actual movies?
Also, can we appreciate the fact that Storm and Mystique just went absolute ham on
Oh
each
my
other?
God, cat fight, literally.
That is what happens when you pit the two strongest women in the room. Sorry, Rogue. This is Storm talk. You're
You
sidelined for
don't
the
have to get the Marvel's powers yet, kiddo. So
wait until then. And they just went at each other. And who knew
you can
that
tell
Storm could
they were
throw it?
willing to flex for this episode because
And who
Mystique
knew
was
that
doing all of her moves.
And who knew that Storm could throw a nasty right hook? I mean, damn, she clocked. She fucking knocked
She gave
out
Halle Berry a
Mystique.
run for her money. Sorry, Miss Berry, step it up. Although she did kiss Loki.
Juggernaut, you got competition because Storm just knocked out Mystique in one hit. Oh, I could just see his
that was
reaction.
a good moment of them fighting, and I love the fact that Toad is the one who steps it up and so like, I can do it, I can be a man and everything, and then he loses to. I'm sorry if you're losing to early Jean before the Phoenix and everything. I'm sorry, Toad, you deserve that. But
He
then I
did
love his
deserve
line
that.
in part one. It's like, no, no, I still could have won.
It should have been me.
It should have been me, not her.
I love that callback. I love that callback to the Yu-Gi-Oh episode. That was a genius
It
callback.
is for kids after all, so doing the dubbing. So, and can we just appreciate, like we said last night, of the 4 kids dubs on who they can freaking find for this? It's
It
all the good
worked.
classics that I mentioned earlier in the first stream that we ever did, or the second stream. So good. Yes, Cyclops VA sadly passed away along with a few others, but here's the thing though, they are still good here. I'm like, my God. And I still find it funny that Professor X is voiced by the first Shishomaru we have and Clank from Ratchet and Clank. And all I'm thinking is Shishomaru saying, I had one daughter, and this is what I get for adopting more.
I could see that actually.
But
That is
Shishomaru is the best dad, really.
so, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing: Kira dies in Death Note and gets reincarnated as Avalanche in X-Men Evolution.
No, Kira dies in Death Note and is resurrected as Nightcrawler.
Oh,
Because Kira is Nightcrawler. Because the way
that's
how
right.
he
He
does
is.
because the way how he does the German accent, it's so spot on. It's like I wonder if he studied the actual language for a while, or yet they had a translator with him. But like, yeah, how do I get this to go? Because with
It's
Roger Craig Smith, he's not Italian, but he puts off the Italian accent so well. It's like you think this is an actual Italian actor in the actual dub for Assassin's Creed. But that is, air quote, Ubisoft being Ubisoft. They do hire a lot of good, talented people for the actual voices, and will hire actual people for that time period to get the accents correctly. As much as I hate that company, they do a good job with finding good voices. I will admit that at least. Same thing with 4 kids. They may not have the best screenplays out there, but goddamn, they find good, talented people for these roles. For these people. And again, Southern Road, Goth Road, thank you. Now just put that in Marvel Rivals, and we're good to go.
Heck, make it a skin for all we care.
Do you want money, nutties? All you gotta do is put it in there, and get the voice actors back in, and say, and for the alt, You don't do the original alt. You do this alt. My powers are your powers, and it take more than one.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a good season for as much as it did have the rough start with some of the weird animation or some things not quite sticking as much as I want to. This is a great way to introduce the younger generation into X-Men. And trust me, when they greenlight season 2, they got a little bit more freedom to go a little bit more darker. Trust us, folks. This is the lighthearted season. Going forward, we're about to get a little darker and a lot more heavy with the themes of being discriminated against, how people view the mutants, how you see the teachers go from accepting their students to one of them being the corrupted politician we know in the comic books and the movies. You will see more and more mutants pop up, like Angel, Iceman, and so much more. They are all coming, and we can't wait for all of you to meet them. So please, if you have to watch this, go watch it now. It is available on Disney Plus. Seriously, do it. Go watch it. What are you doing? Watching our panel. Go watch it. What are you doing here?
Exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, tune into my check out the on my Twitter page, easy to find. I will be posting the poll for the next watch party vote. Go crazy, everybody. Let's see how crazy we can make this. But I will say X-Men season 2 is one of the picks. So, well, I can't say the rest though, because I love being cryptic here and there. much to Joker's much to Joker's dismay. Because he's always been asking me like, what else did you put there?
Well, some of them are a few good surprises here and there, and if I do happen to have the manga, it's gonna be like, all right, I gotta go read this and see where we get right now. I still
uh,
need to resume reading Soul Eater right now because I think I was halfway through. If you did the anime, I think I was like maybe halfway through season 1 or halfway through season 2 of the manga volumes that they adapted into an anime. So I'm like, where am I at? So, so we'll see. We'll see.
anyway, guys, we're gonna get out of here. A big thank you to everybody for showing up. As always, join us on the watch parties. Come on by and watch. Have a good time. Relax for 20 to 30 minutes and enjoy the episodes that we send out and everything. I'm Anime Night. I will catch you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.